Is someone or something secretly choking Bitcoin's price? Or has Donald Trump just handed us the keys to the greatest bull run in history?
Slingshot engaged.
Buckle up, my friends, because we have a massive show today. We're going to be diving into Bitcoin price suppression claims from Jan 3's Samson Mow, as well as Trump's master plan to abolish the IRS, end the Fed, and ignite the Bitcoin bull run to end all bull runs. Are you ready? Well, good. Then let's do this. Send it!
You made headlines earlier this year when you said that Bitcoin could reach $1 million this year, and if not this year, 2025. Do you still stand behind that?
I think so. The market's wrong. Like, Bitcoin is massively undervalued right now at whatever it is, 56,000-7,000 per coin. And again, reiterating what I'm saying, there is just so little Bitcoin out there. You can't double your holdings as a large entity at this point. So it's going to shoot up. The pressure has to be alleviated in other ways. So what I see right now is Bitcoin's like a beach ball, and we're pushing it underwater right now, and people are starting to get bored. Maybe it's intentional, maybe it's paper Bitcoin shorting Bitcoin and pushing the price down, but that is not sustainable simply because there's so much buy demand. Every quarter, Tether is going to be buying Bitcoin. Every couple months, MicroStrategy is buying, Semler is buying, and we're going to see more and more of that. One of the largest pension funds in the world in Korea is allocating to MicroStrategy now. So you can see the tide already turning. But just like in The Big Short, the market takes time to realize what's happening. It's always going to be the people that are paying attention to Bitcoin that see all these factors and are allocating to it. This is why Michael Saylor is going to try to buy as much as he can right now.
All right, here we go. Let's kick it off with a reality check on Bitcoin's supply. And trust me, the numbers are wild. Since the halving on April 20th, 306 days ago, only 137,700 Bitcoin have been mined. Now brace yourselves. In that same time, a jaw-dropping 449,491 BTC have been vacuumed up by the big players. That's 3.26x the mined supply. Strategy is sitting on 264,340 Bitcoin, thanks Saylor, and US ETFs have netted 331,857 BTC. What about miners and public companies? Well, that's another 51,533 Bitcoin combined. Even short-term holders are piling in with 194,571 BTC of buy pressure. Meanwhile, 70,071 Bitcoin have vanished off exchanges. Poof! That's a supply shock that should have Bitcoin mooning harder than anything we've ever seen in our lives. So riddle me this. With demand this insane, why are we still hovering below 100K? Well, folks, here's where it gets spicy. Samson Mow, the Bitcoin oracle over at Jan 3, just dropped a bombshell. It seems like it's some sort of price suppression. The price movement looks very manufactured. He's talking about Bitcoin peaking, then chopping sideways in this tight little range. We've been basically a stable coin for a few weeks. It's crazy. But it really seems like someone has got their foot on the brake. You felt it, I felt it, and everyone can see something's off. The buy-side demand is screaming, but the price? It's just sitting there, sipping a latte, acting casual. Analysts are even whispering about a, quote, death cross on the charts. But Samson's not buying the consolidation excuse. Is this a Wall Street puppeteer pulling the strings? A hidden hand keeping Bitcoin down? Well, I hate to break it to them, but they're about to get absolutely obliterated by God candles straight to the face. Now let's pivot to the orange man himself, El Presidente Donald Trump. He's got a wild idea.
We're going to go into Fort Knox to make sure the gold is there.
Are they going to?
You know that we're going to go into Fort Knox. Do you know about that?
Sir,
That was a bad bump.
are they going to eliminate more national security positions, civilians there?
We'll see what happens. But one of the things we do want to look, I mean, we hope everything's fine with Fort Knox, but we're going to go to Fort Knox, the fabled Fort Knox, to make sure the gold is there.
Where would the gold have gone? Brought up.
If the gold isn't there, we're going to be very upset.
He's sending a crew to Fort Knox to check if the gold is actually there. Yeah, you heard that right. Trump wants to crack open the vault and see if Uncle Sam's been bluffing about those reserves. What does this matter for Bitcoin? Because if trust in gold, the original store of value, starts to wobble, where do you think people are gonna run? Straight to the hardest money ever created, Bitcoin. This isn't just a stunt. It's a signal that the original financial guard might be crumbling, and Bitcoin's ready to step up. Also, this is the first step in the process towards a strategic Bitcoin reserve, as we talked about on Monday.
Once again, things that could have been brought to my attention yesterday!
Think about it. You have to audit the gold to know its value, to sell it, to buy Bitcoin. But hold on to your heads, because Trump is not stopping there. His Commerce Secretary, Howard Lutnick, just confirmed Trump's got his sights set on something even bigger, and that's abolishing the IRS.
Think about it. Donald Trump announces the External Revenue Service, and his goal is very simple. His goal is to abolish the Internal Revenue Service and let all the outsiders pay. I mean, this is someone who is focused on America. Let's drive down our waste, fraud, and abuse. I'll give you an example. Cruise ships. You ever see a cruise ship with an American flag on the back? They have flags of like Liberia or Panama. None of them pay taxes. None of them pay taxes. Every super tanker, none pays taxes. Alcohol, all foreign alcohol, no taxes. This is going to end under Donald Trump, and those taxes are going to be paid, and Americans' tax rates are going to come down. That's what Donald Trump wants to do. Balance our budget and cut our taxes. I mean, imagine a Democratic senator going against that. What planet are these people on?
That's right. The Internal Revenue Service, the tax man we all love to hate, could be toast. Trump's vision? Ditch the centralized tax machine and let us folks keep more of our hard-earned cash. Imagine a world where you're not forking over your Bitcoin gains to some faceless bureaucracy. Pair that with his Fort Knox audit, and you've got a guy who's basically handing Bitcoin a megaphone and saying decentralized money's the future. Love him or hate him, Trump is swinging for the fences. While Trump's rewriting the rules, the suits are jumping on board too. But before we show you why the greatest bull run of our lifetime is upon us, look at our likes!
Three or four times, maybe.
I gotta pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and give us a pamp while we take a moment to recognize our sponsors, the masters of Bitcoin sovereignty, the Bitcoin way. If you're looking to learn how to Bitcoin, how to properly secure your Bitcoin, you might want to head on over to the newly revamped Bitcoin Way website, where you can begin your road to Bitcoin sovereignty today. If you're looking to schedule a free 30-minute consultation, go ahead and use that link below in the show notes. Guys, you ever feel like me, lost and alone? You ever tell someone taxation is theft, and they just ask you if you caught the game last night? Well, all your lonely days are gone, my friends, with the Orange Pill app. You can stack friends who stack sats. It's the ultimate hub to connect with fellow Bitcoiners. Find meetups and discover every Bitcoin conference happening near you and across the country. No more explaining why money printing is theft to people who just don't get it and don't care. Now you can build friendships with people who actually speak your language. Download the Orange Pill app today and start meeting your laser-eyed brothers and sisters in the real world. And who knows, those connections you make could last a lifetime. Here we go. Fidelity. Yeah, the $5.9 trillion gorilla just gave Bitcoin's Lightning Network a massive shout out, calling it the most efficient way to transact in the digital asset ecosystem. That's not just talk. It's a green light for Bitcoin's scalability and adoption. And get this, Lutnick's own firm, Cantor Fitzgerald, loaded up in Q4 with $1 billion in MicroStrategy shares. Plus, if you take a look, he also has stakes in Marathon, iBit, Grayscale, you name it. Even Japan's Metaplanet snagged 68.5 BTC for 6.6 million. The institutions are stacking sats like it's a Black Friday sale. So why is the price still playing coy? Good question. We're getting there. We've been building to this. And it's time for the main event. The most bullish Bitcoin news you're going to hear all year. Donald Trump doesn't just like Bitcoin. He's tying it to his legacy.
Jones Industrial Average is up 2,200 points, and Bitcoin is set multiple all-time record highs because everyone knows that I'm committed to making America the crypto capital. We want to stay at the forefront of everything, and one of them is crypto, and Miami seems to be the center of the action, come to think of it, and maybe it'll stay there.
Words out, Trump views Bitcoin's success as a metric of his presidency's success. Let that sink in. The guy calling the shots in the White House sees Bitcoin's price, adoption, and dominance as part of his personal report card. He even declared the last regime's war on Bitcoin over and, of course, took credit for ending that war. Get ready to see policies that turbocharge Bitcoin, tax breaks, regulatory clarity, and even a U.S. Bitcoin reserve.
Well, it's hard to predict the timing, but I think we're certainly in the early stages of a bull market at this point. You know, typically the bull market cycle lasts for a certain period after the halving, and so we're still in the early innings. I think there's very stiff inflows from ETFs buying about 2 times the Bitcoin mined per day, MicroStrategy and the other Bitcoin treasury companies buying another 2 times, and the retail buyers and dollar cost average investors. So really there's a lot of inflow. I think, temporarily there's some consolidation because some earlier investors, sort of midterm investors, profit taking. But, that overlay would set us up for a price where you start to see Bitcoin competing with gold, perhaps pulling money out of gold ETFs into Bitcoin ETFs. And then, of course, if the treasuries come in, like the sovereign treasuries, the Bitcoin reserves, that would be something where you'd see sovereign competition. As soon as one of the bigger countries jumps in, I think the others will feel forced to follow suit. So that would, all bets would be off if that happens. Now, of course, institutional adoption, I think the family offices are faster, more agile, but the institutions are in play. You can see that the ETF 13F filings, which shows you the institutions that have bought Bitcoin via the ETFs, is about 30% institutional. I think there's a lot more capital in the institutional space of pension funds and mutual funds, so there's a lot of room for capital to come in this cycle and into the next cycle.
Adam Back's calling this the early stages of a Bitcoin bull market with room for capital to flood in. And if Trump's betting on Bitcoin, are you really going to bet against it? That could be a bold strategy, Cotton.
So bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
So where does this leave us? We've got a supply shock that's off the charts. Whispers of price suppression keeping Bitcoin in a cage. And Trump's ready to unleash it with a 1-2 punch of Fort Knox audits and IRS abolition. Add in Fidelity and the institutional cavalry, and it's clear Bitcoin's true power is itching to break free. The manipulators might be holding it back for now, but with Trump waving the Bitcoin flag, we could be on the verge of a breakout that makes 100K the new 20K. This is the moment. Do not sleep on this revolution. And don't miss Mining Disrupt 2025. The biggest Bitcoin mining conference on the planet, and it's coming to Fort Lauderdale, March 25th through the 27th. Get your tickets today and join thousands of Bitcoin mining professionals and enthusiasts from around the globe for an electrifying experience at Mining Disrupt. See the latest cutting-edge hardware, products, and services that are revolutionizing the Bitcoin mining industry. For over half a decade, Mining Disrupt has been the premier conference and expo exclusively dedicated to Bitcoin mining. Be part of the future and join the movement that's shaping the world of Bitcoin mining. Don't miss out. Head over to miningdisrupt.com and get your tickets today. Use promo code SimplyBitcoin for 20% off. Oh, and the Simply Bitcoin news desk gonna be on site. I'm gonna be there. Nico and Opti are gonna be there holding it down, and we hope to see you there as well. Hey, if you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like, subscribe, and give us a pamp by sharing the Sound Money Gospel. Set those notifications for the best in Bitcoin news delivered to you daily. And Nico and Dante will be dropping episodes this weekend, so stay tuned, and I'll catch you all on Monday. Love you guys. Peace.
If you prefer to go down with the ship, fuck you.